this is part 10 of Seed of Your Father. So we're picking up with Ezra, the 10th chapter, starting at verse 1. It says, Now when Ezra had prayed, and when he had confessed weeping and casting himself down before the house of Yahawah, there assembled unto him out of Israel a great congregation of men and women and children, for the people wept very sore. And Shekinah, the son of Jehiel, one of the sons of Elam, answered and said unto Ezra, We have trespassed against our power, and have taken strange wives of the people of the land. Yet now there is hope in Israel concerning this thing. Now therefore, let us make a covenant with our power, to put away all the wives and such as are born of them, according to the counsel of my Lord, our master, and of those that tremble at the commandment of our power, and let it be done according to the law. Arise, for this manner belongeth unto thee. We also will be with thee. Be of good courage, and do it. So, a lot of bug outs read this, and they spread false information about this passage, saying that the children that you have with the heathen woman isn't an Israelite. But that's not so. There's a specific reason these children were put away. Okay? Notice what they did. They made a covenant with Yahawah B'Shem Yahawashi about this. Okay? That's why the children were put away. Okay? That is why. It's not saying that, oh, those children weren't their seed. They were their seed. There's nothing that could be done about that. They were corrupted seed because, they were raised up in this pagan mindset, just like us today. That's how we were raised. We were raised under Christianity and all of this other nonsense out there, instead of in our heritage, which is these laws, statutes, and commandments. They made a covenant. So let's go see what the scriptures say about making a covenant or taking an oath to Yahawah B'Shem Yahawashi. Let's go see what it says. Let's go to Ecclesiastes, the 5th chapter. We'll start at verse 1. And it says, Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of Yahawah, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil. Okay? Be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thine heart be hasty to utter anything before Yahawah, for Yahawah is in heaven, and thou upon earth. Therefore let thy words be few. In other words, be careful of what you say to Yahawah B'Shem Yahawashi. Understand you're talking to the supreme power of the universe. Don't just be running off your mouth saying anything to him, because he gonna hold you to it. He's not your little friend or your little buddy who you can just mouth off to and come back and be like, oh, Salakia, I'm sorry. It don't work like that. Fear him. Verse 3, For a dream cometh through the multitude of business, and a fool's voice is known by a multitude of words. When thou vowest a vow unto Yahawah, defer not to pay it, for he had no pleasure in fools. Pay that which thou hast vowed. So in other words, if you make an oath with him or you make a covenant with him, you better obey it. Isn't there a group of people who got together on a mountain and made a covenant with the supreme being, Yahawah B'Shem Yahawashi, and then broke it? Aren't those people in like a terrible state right now? What do they call those people? I know they don't call them by their real names. They call them all kind of bywords, right? The Israelites, right? The most trodden down people on the face of this planet because they made an oath with Yahawah B'Shem Yahawashi and broke it. Verse 5, Better is it that thou shouldest not vow than that thou shouldest vow and not pay. So it's better to just shut up and be quiet than to go and say something foolish to Yahawah B'Shem Yahawashi. And now if you go back and look at Ezra, they made a covenant with him that they were going to put away the women and the children. That's why they had to stick to it. You can't just say anything to him and then be like, oh, we all good. No, you got to stick to your word. Verse 6, suffer not thy mouth to cause thy flesh to sin, neither say thou before the angel or the messenger that it was in error. Wherefore should Yahawah be angry at thy voice and destroy the work of thine hands? Verse 7, for in the multitude of dreams and many words there are also diverse vanities. But fear thou Yahawah. Be careful what you say to Yahawah. Don't just say anything, okay? And no, this doesn't include what you said when you're in a Christian church praying the J word, man, and all of that nonsense. That was idol worship. That don't count. Now that you're in this truth and you talk to Yahawah B'Shem Yahushua, speak to him in sincerity and in truth and with fear, and understand that he gonna hold you to it. Use few words. Don't just be rambling. Now, let's get another precept of someone who made a vow to Yahawah B'Shem Yahushua and then he regretted it after. Let's go to the book of Judges, the 11th chapter. Look at the 29th verse. Jephthah's tragic vow. Then the spirit of Yahawah came upon Jephthah, and he passed over Gilead and Manasseh, and passed over Mizpah of Gilead. And from Mizpah of Gilead he passed over unto the children of Ammon, the Ammonites, a.k.a. the Japanese of today. And Jephthah vowed a vow unto Yahawah, and he said, if thou shalt without fail deliver the children of Ammon into mine hands, then it shall be that whatsoever cometh forth out of the doors of my house to meet me, when I return in peace from the children of Ammon, shall surely be Yahawah's, and I will offer it up for a burnt offering. That's the vow that he made. Now let's keep reading and see what happens. Verse 32, so Jephthah passed over unto the children of Ammon to fight against them. And Yahawah delivered them unto his hands, and he smote them from Aror, even till thou come to Minnith, even 20 cities, and unto the plains of the vineyards, with a very great slaughter. Thus the children of Ammon were subdued before the children of Israel, or Yasharallah. And Jephthah came to Mizpah unto his house, and behold, his daughter came out to meet him with timbrels and with dances. And she was his only child. Besides her, he has neither son nor daughters. So remember that vow he made? He made it. And now he's eating his words. Verse 35, and it came to pass when he saw her that he rent his clothes and said, alas, my daughter, thou hast brought me very low. Thou art one of them that trouble me. For I have opened my mouth unto Yahawah, and I cannot go back. He knew he made a vow to the living power, and there was nothing he could do to change it. So be careful what you say to Yahawah B'Shem Yahushua. Understand that, hard-headed, stiff-necked children of Israel. This is not a game. You are in a blood covenant with the Most High. This is not a game. Verse 36, and he said unto him, my father, if thou hast opened thy mouth unto Yahawah, do to me according to that which hath proceeded out of thy mouth, for as much as Yahawah had taken vengeance for thee of thine enemies, even of the children of Ammon. So his daughter knew. She was like, oh, you said this to Yahawah, so we got to keep it. The Israelites understood back then. The women understood back then. They didn't just go off and just be like, oh, we going to do whatever we want. No, they knew their position. She understood. She was like, dang, this sucks, but I'm going to do it. All right, next verse, verse 37. And she said unto her father, let this thing be done for me. Let me alone 2 months, that I may go up and down the mountains and bewail my virginity, I and my fellows. So she was like, okay, father, I know I got to be sacrificed to Yahawah B'Shem Yahushua. So, because you made that vow and we can't break it. So, all right, I submit. Now, what I ask, let me go and cry and, with my friends and companions for 2 months because I never got married. I was never being able to get to a man. I'm still a virgin. I'm going to go out of this world without experiencing that. Never had kids, stuff like that. Verse 38, and he said, go. And he sent her away for 2 months. And she went with her companions and bewailed her virginity upon the mountains. And it came to pass at the end of 2 months that she returned unto her father, who did with her according to his vow, which he had vowed. And she knew no man. And it was a custom in Israel that the daughters of Israel went yearly to lament for the daughter of Jephthah in Gileadite 4 days in a year. So this was such a significant event in Israel that it became a custom for us. Okay? So with that being said, we know that in Ezra, they made a covenant with Yahawah. They made a vow and they had to keep it. That's why the wives and the children were put away. So whenever you talk to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, be careful for what you say, because he will hold you to it. Okay? Least he destroy you. All right. That's it for Seed of Your Fathers. So I want to say Shalom and Kal Halal Yaham, Bahashem Yahawah Shai, Bahashem Rekakadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone for bringing out this truth. Shalom.